Hi, happy Thursday to you and welcome to Inside View. Today we have a very special guest, Tina Mather from Resource Connections and Food Bank. And welcome, Tina.
Thank you for having me.
So Tina, I bet you you guys are busy as heck right now.
Yes, Cliff.
Since COVID as well.
We sure are, Cliff. You know, I'm happy to say that the food bank hasn't missed a beat during COVID. We're still open, we're still operating. Things are a little bit different in the way that we have to operate to keep people safe, but we have, like I said, we haven't missed a beat, we haven't missed a day, and we're still serving the public, and there's a lot of public in need at this time.
Yeah, so I think the first subject you wanted to talk about was Santa's Express.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Isn't that funny that in October we're already thinking about Christmas? But to be honest with you, I started thinking about Christmas all the way back in August.
Yeah, I'll bet.
So Santa's Express, for those who are new maybe to Calaveras County or new to the program, Santa's Express has been going on, I want to say, for 36, maybe 37 years. It's a big community event that's run through the food bank where we supply a complete Christmas dinner for our families in need. We don't cook it. They have to cook it themselves. And we also provide toys for children from birth all the way up to 17 years of age. And again, it's a big community event. We rely on our community for support, both financial support and support in the way of rolling up their sleeves and coming on down to the food bank and lending a hand when we need it as well.
Yes. Yeah, I know there's many people in the community that come down and help. Mm-hmm. You have the Santa's Express, our Rotary Club, the San Andreas Rotary, comes in and we deliver some of those meals. I've delivered meals all the way, well, West Point is what I usually end up drawing. Mm-hmm. And it's an experience that I think that you know is a gift to your heart. It really is, to be able to, because some of these folks, I don't think people realize how bad off some people are. Yeah. And to be able to, when you roll up with that food and you hand it to them, they are excited.
They are. So grateful, right?
Yes.
So I always say that I have the best job in the world. I have a pretty tough job. It's a tough job to keep those doors open at the food bank. However, all of us are so appreciative of the career path that we've chosen because we get to make a real difference in somebody's life every single day. Every single day. And I can't tell you how many times we've heard, "Thank goodness you're here. We're so happy you're here. I don't know what I would do without you." So that's where this comes from, this wealth of giving, and Santa's Express is a great way for our community to get involved. We estimate that we'll probably see, so Santa's Express is a long process to get there, but the distribution is in realistically one day, maybe 1.5 because of the Rotary. Thank you. So we prepare for roughly between 850 and 900 families every year. Wow. That's what we think that we're going to have. Sometimes it's a little bit less. This is my 7th Santa's Express, and in my tenure at the food bank, we haven't gone over 900. We've come close, but we haven't gone over 900. So that's kind of a baseline where what we prepare for. This year is the first year that I'm not sure what I need to prepare for. So I'm going a little bit larger this year. And I'm hoping for the best. I wrote down a couple of notes before I left the office. So we have been registering families for Santa's Express for 13 days now. And we've already got 230 families signed up.
Wow, have you guys advertised for
it? Yes, we do. And then those who are familiar with the program, they know that we open registrations in October. Mm-hmm. And they run through the first week, the first Friday in December, because then we have to cut it off somewhere, right? Right. So that we can make sure that we have enough food for everybody, that we have enough toys for everybody, because it's not just the food, it's also the toys, and there's a great component with that as well. And where the Rotary comes in is, so let's say that we're going to serve 800 families. The Rotary comes and delivers for 200 families. So because I said we're doing it pretty much all in one day, you guys help us out so much by getting 200 cars out of our line.
No, we're happy to help. That's what we do.
Yes, I know, and I'm so thankful for it too.
So in the past, we've come and helped with packaging the meals,
Right.
and putting all that together a few days before, ahead of time, and then we'd come back and go ahead and deliver. And it's not just us. I mean, we've had other Rotary clubs help as well, like Murphy's. I know they were helping, and Angels Murphy's, and was there other clubs that helped as well?
I think there were a few from Valley Springs, Angels Murphy's, San Andreas. I believe that's all. And if I'm leaving somebody out, I really apologize.
So there's also the West Calaveras is out of Valley Springs,
Yeah.
and I know, they're a motivated club too, and they really want to help out too. So that's really great. So we get a lot of excitement from doing good things for our community.
Exactly right, and so I just talked about the joy that it brings, and so I know that you know the joy that it brings to help out the community. We're doing things a little bit differently. We're taking out the building the bags to deliver piece because of the pandemic,
Right.
and we want to make sure that we keep people safe. And we have a very small warehouse. Our warehouse is only 3,000 square feet. And then you have racks full of food all over the place, so there's not a whole lot of moving around space.
Right.
So if the weather is bad and I had to have everybody inside the building in order to package food, that would be difficult. I couldn't keep everybody safe.
That would be tough.
If it's raining, and then I won't get the bags built. So this year I went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and order the food pre-boxed.
So where do you order something like that?
It's coming from Texas.
Texas.
It's coming from Texas. So, the pandemic has done a couple of things. It's raised the price of food dramatically. It's made food harder to get. And it's not that we don't have food, because we do have food. It's the processing plants that are closing down. It's people getting sick. It's the trucking companies not being able to keep people open. The supply line that gets the food from point A to point B has become more difficult. We used to have a lead time of a couple of weeks in order to get our food delivery, and now we're looking at several weeks, six weeks.
Wow. So you have to think way ahead.
You have to think way ahead.
Yeah.
And then you have to hope that somebody didn't book that food before you did.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I know that. Could you give our audience a description of what they would get in this food delivery box?
Yes. So you're going to get a turkey, anywhere from 14 to 16 pounds. You're going to get all of the fixings that go with a traditional holiday meal in the box. And then you're also going to get some fresh produce. And our fresh produce generally consists of, but again, this is an odd year, it's usually some kind of fruit like apples or oranges, or sometimes both, sometimes pears, potatoes, so you can make those mashed potatoes, carrots, onions when they're available. So like I said, we try to make it so that you can make a wonderful holiday meal for your family.
Yes, I was when I was delivering a lot of those meals, I was surprised on how balanced it is. So, it just isn't a bunch of junk food they're getting. They're getting really good food.
Well, there is a little bit of junk.
Well, a little
because
bit.
Because we do include dessert.
Well, that's
because what's a holiday meal without dessert?
That's not junk. Well, good. And so how can people come and sign up for this?
Okay. So there's a couple of stipulations. They have to be a Calaveras County resident, and they have to be able to prove that they're a Calaveras County resident. And it is an income-based program. So we serve people where their household income is 185% of the poverty level or below. And it's like, Tina, what is that? What does that mean? Can you give me a number? I can give you a rough number. The best thing to do is to give the food bank a call. If you want to come down and you're not sure what it is that you need to bring, give us a phone call. We're at 754-1257. We'll tell you, we'll make sure that you know when we're open. We can actually do some of the paperwork over the phone if you've never been there before, because we do have to collect a lot of information from you. We're a nonprofit, so we're funded by grants, and the people who fund us have requirements. They want demographics collected, and that's what we do.
Right. Wow.
So we'll try to get that information over the phone, and then when you come in, we'll give you everything that you need to know, when to come, what day it is, and because we're seeing so many different, we're seeing all of the county basically in one day. We have it broken down in time frames based on where you live. It runs pretty smoothly, it really does.
It does.
When you come around the corner to the food bank, we're off of Pool Station Road, and you see a line, it's on a cul-de-sac that goes all the way up the cul-de-sac and circles around, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be here forever. No, you're not. We check you in. We have somebody down on the road who checks you in. If you're getting toys, we give you your paperwork so you can collect your toys. That's another whole piece to this. And then we have 3 complete stations, so we can wait on 3 cars all at the same time. You don't get out of your vehicle. It's a drive-through, and it really does go pretty smoothly.
Good. And so I also am aware now that you guys have a very active Facebook page.
Yes, we do.
So that'd be another way to get information and make contact with you as well. It should have all the contact information and probably answer a lot of questions for people even before they have to make that call.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you know, we do have people who don't have access to Facebook or because they just don't care to be part of Facebook. So always a quick phone call too. We have a staff that's happy to help you and answer your questions and make sure that you have everything that you need to make sure that you can sign up. And that's another reason why we have such a long registration period to register or participate in Santa's Express, is because sometimes we have people who come in who don't have all of their paperwork, and we want to give them ample time to be able to collect everything and get it together before they come in and see us.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there's people that say, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow. And so it's good that you give them that extra time.
Yeah.
Great. So why don't we jump into the Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program?
Sure. So Toys for Tots is a huge part of Santa's Express. The food bank does the toys, and the Marine Corps Toys for Tots supplies the toys for the families. And it's the toys are distributed over at Mountain Oaks School. We rent out the gym every year. It takes a couple of days to set it all up, and I like to call it Santa's Workshop. I really do. It's amazing the generosity of our community, and so the community, Toys for Tots plays a big part of this, but the community does as well. We rely on the community for support. And it takes a couple of days. The gym is full of toys. This year it's going to be a little bit different. In the past we've had a room, the children's guardians, mom or dad or grandparents or whoever's taking care of the children, you could, if you brought your children with you to pick up toys, we had a room set off to the side that had activities and we had qualified people who could watch your children while mom and dad shopped for the toys. It doesn't cost anything, but they got to choose the toys for their own children. This year we're asking that you don't bring your children at all, because we're not going to have a daycare room set up for them because the space is too small, too many children. It's just a matter of, we want to make sure that everybody stays safe and healthy.
The COVID experience.
The COVID experience, yes. We're asking people to make sure that they wear a face covering. We're limiting the number of people who can come in at any one time to pick up the toys. We have to make sure that everybody can maintain a social distance from one another. Again, the face covering. And because there are so many families in need, the amount of time that you're going to have to select, make your selections for your children, that's going to be a little bit tighter than it was in the past. Before, it used to be very leisurely. You could take your time and peruse through everything. And this time, it's new to us too. We think that we're going to have to limit the amount of time that you're going to be able to spend in there. If someone does come with their children because they don't have any choice, that's another reason why we're trying to put the word out early to please not bring your children, make arrangements for your children. You have about 2 months to do that, because if children are present there, you won't be able to select the toys for your children. We will be selecting them for you. You won't be able to enter the building. So we'll just collect toys appropriate for your age group and give it to you through the door, unfortunately.
Okay.
So really important, if you want to make your children's toy selection yourself, make sure you have someone watching your children.
Yeah.
Don't bring them with you.
So you're talking about, the Santa's Express earlier, and then you were talking about toys with Santa's Express. How's that different from this?
So Santa's Express, like I said, is the program that we've partnered with Toys for Tots. So we do the food side, and Toys for Tots does the toy side. There are toy donation sites throughout the county. If you want a donation box in your business, if you have a business and you'd like to collect toys for Tots, I'm going to give a number. That's why this is important where I'm going. You can do that. And they also take monetary donations because they do go out and buy toys as well. And our Toys for Tots coordinator is Richard Peters. He's been involved with Santa's Express and Toys for Tots longer than I have. Toys for Tots, this is his second year as the coordinator. We had a coordinator before who has left our community. 2 years ago, we didn't have Toys for Tots as a partner, and that was really difficult because a lot of the toys came from our food bank budget, because we can't have toys for Christmas. That just doesn't work. So if you'd like some more information on Toys for Tots, I encourage you to call and ask for Richard Peters. I'm going to give out his phone number. It's area code 209-584-4548. I'm going to say it one more time, 584-4548, and he can get you a toy box for your business. He can give you the location of a toy distribution site in your area. You can always bring toys to the food bank if you're in San Andreas. We collect toys for that as well, and then he'll also let you know where you can send monetary donations to help him.
That's great.
As well.
We were lucky enough to have him and Crystal Robles today at our Rotary Club as guest speakers to talk about the program. One of the things that he brought up was the idea that they don't have a warehouse right now that they could store this in, and so I just want to put it right now to the public. We're looking for a warehouse. It's just for a couple of months, and they bring all these toys in, and they separate them by age group, and they stack them up, and they just get them ready to be able to transfer over to the school, and they work hard. I seen them do it last year. Last year we were lucky to find a place for them really quickly, and so if anybody out there knows of a decent sized warehouse, we're talking about like a 3-car garage size warehouse would work, or a big 2-car garage. Please give Richard a call, because we're frantically looking for a place to be able to do that right now. So he works hard. As a matter of fact, he was telling me about how he just got back from Disneyland.
Yes.
So you do know that story?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you talk about that?
So Richard is a firefighter at Disneyland, and he's done that, I want to say, for 15 years, maybe a little bit more. And Disneyland has an employee store, and Richard made a long journey down to Los Angeles weekend before last, I want to say, and came back with a load of toys for Toys for Tots for Santa's Express and Christmas. Richard has been, you know, we like to say that people are friends of the food bank. Richard has been a member of the food bank family for 16 or 17 years.
Yes.
He's been a volunteer there. We had a rough patch with staff, and Richard has a commercial driver's license. He's driven to pick up our food for us over this past year more times than I can count. He's a wonderful man, he's a wonderful volunteer, and he loves our community. He really does.
Oh, he works hard.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's a serving person. There's no
Yes.
doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is the Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they gave out. Do you know what the numbers were for last year?
I wish I could tell you. I've already lost last year's numbers, and I'm working in this year's numbers.
So I
really
think it
don't.
was at 700.
That wouldn't surprise me.
700 different families
Yeah.
received toys for their kids, and so you you also that's how do you qualify those folks at the food bank to receive those?
Yes.
It's like a coupon or.
So what happens is when they register at the food bank, and that's where our partnership really comes into play, because he has to qualify people to be able to receive the toys from Toys for Tots. So because we're already doing that process for the food part, so we collect all the information together, and then when someone has children and we register you for Santa's Express, because I like to lump it all in one. When we register you for Santa's Express, when you come on the day of the distribution, which I haven't mentioned is on the Monday before Christmas, so it's Monday, December the 21st. You'll come through the food line, and then when we check you in at the food line, if you have children, we'll give you vouchers. And you take those vouchers over to Mountain Oak School, and then at Mountain Oak School you'll be met with a whole new set of volunteers, and they'll be the ones that will guide you through the process of being able to pick up toys for your
Perfect.
children.
That's
Yeah.
what I was looking for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's just an example of how groups and people help.
Mm-hmm.
Our local CHP, they have a program where they do bikes.
Yep.
And that's almost like Santa's workshop right over there.
Right.
And last year, I was talking to Richard about this. He said that they received 63 bikes
Yes.
from CHP.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
He went down there with our food truck, our food bank truck, and I'm surprised he got all of those bicycles in the truck. I really was. Like I said, it's like being a kid again. It's, sometimes as you get older, the Christmas holiday tends to lose its luster a little bit. Come volunteer for Santa's Express.
Yes.
We'll shine that right back up. We
That's
really
right.
will. And there are several opportunities in many ways that you can give. So if you want to share your time and your talents with us, we have a couple of food drives that are coming up really quickly. Let me check my notes really quick. On Saturday, November the 7th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., we're going to be out in front of Marval in Valley Springs, Grocery Outlet in Valley Springs, Save Mart and Angels Camp. 2 weeks later, on November the 21st, we're going to be again at Marval. We're going to be at Treats here in San Andreas and Save Mart. And if you'd like to help us with our food drive, you can come there. If you want to help us set up Santa's Workshop with all the toys, we're going to need volunteers. We're probably going to need about 20 volunteers, and that's going to take place on the Saturday and Sunday before Christmas. And I want to direct everybody to our Facebook page, because we haven't got the volunteer registrations up yet. So they should be up within the next 2 weeks. Just search for Calaveras Food Bank, and you'll be able to find our Facebook page.
I'll make sure I go on there and friend you guys, and then that way it'll get out too.
It'll get out, and we'll have registrations there, so that we'll have slots to fill, and you can sign up for time slots, and you can sign up for days, whichever works into your schedule.
Okay, great. That's good information.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Volunteerism. That's what makes it all happen.
Yes.
And I know that we have some really great people in this county, in our communities, that love to volunteer. So here's a good opportunity for somebody who wants to do something for this holiday season coming up.
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about besides, or as far as Santa's Express and Marine Corps Toys for Tots?
I want to encourage people that sometimes they feel that there's a stigma in asking for help. We're not here to give you a hand out. We're here to give you a hand up. And who couldn't use a hand up during these difficult times? Give us a call. Come and register. Come and be a part of this. And if you're fortunate and your family hasn't been hit financially by COVID-19 and you want to help, come and help. It's a wonderful, uplifting experience.
Yes, and you can give to this program, and it's going to stay right here in our county and
Yes.
help our friends and neighbors that need the help, and especially this year with COVID. Let's talk about the Calaveras Food Bank.
Yes.
So you're this is where it is, right? Right at the Calaveras Food
It's
Bank.
at the food bank. And I want to say that, you know, our food bank, I touched on it a little bit earlier, we struggle too. Because we are a nonprofit, we do have grants. Grants come and grants go, and we rely, the bulk of our budget for us to be able to keep the doors open, to be able to supply the food to those in need comes from donations. And monetary donations can be made to the Resource Connection Food Bank, P.O. Box 1656 in San Andreas. Again, if you don't have a pen and pencil handy, give us a call. We'll give you information. You can donate online. You can mail in a check. And we really do need your support in order to keep the doors open. We don't have a large staff. We have a staff of 5. We serve 750 families a month.
That was going to be my next question.
750 families a month, and people are shocked sometimes when I give them that number. And they're only coming once a month.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know that you know, some people, I hear some people saying, well, you know, that person got enough for 4 people. But I also know that some people can't make it to the food bank, and people that come down there and they help deliver to those folks, whether it be their neighbor or their friends or whatever. And so I haven't seen anybody really take advantage of this program. You know, these are people, we live in the foothill communities where it's tough to find a job, and even right now it's, you know, the income levels have dropped off. So anyhow, please keep in mind to donate to these folks. And I think that's about all we have time for tonight. And I want to thank you, Tina, for coming and giving us insight on what you do and how important, and I want to tell you how important your role is over there, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much, and thank you for joining us tonight on the Inside View.